new place.
What?
Should I be like, hey, like.
Okay.
Go.
Hey guys, I finally moved into my new place and I'm here with my cousin who let me stay with her for like a whole week. Thank you. And you can introduce yourself.
My name's Karina. I just moved to LA 4 months ago.
Yes.
And
I forced her.
Everybody was like, you need to move, you need to move. And so I live in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So today, also a funny, fun fact, I guess, about our cousin relationship is that we're both into girls.
Yeah. You see it? Oh, is it not gonna go?
It will. Yeah, there it is. We actually have some funny stories, and today we're gonna tell you the time we fell for a straight girl.
It's a really sad life to live. I'll go first.
Okay.
So I met this girl on Tinder. That's it. Like, the fail story. Like, there's where we all went wrong. So I met this girl on Tinder. She obviously came up on the girls page because I only put girls on my Tinder.
Me too.
And so, she came up on the girls page and I, super liked her. And so I wasted my super like on her, yeah. So I wasted my super like on her. For 3.5 months, we, fooled around. And we, went and got, dinners and movies. And this was when I was back living in San Diego. And so, she was, 40 minutes outside of San Diego. And then when I moved to LA, it still continued. So then we were doing a 2-hour drive. And, we still did it. We still, went to concerts and things like that. And so we, did everything, from A to Z. And it ended up happening that I was the only person to ever get her off,
which
ever.
Is crazy.
Which is I'm not gonna I'm just me. I'm not one of those people.
me.
But I'm not one of those people that's I'm great in bed. I don't know. And so anyway, I was the only person to ever get this girl off, and it only happened once, and she was sober. And anyway, so we ended up ending things because she was going back to school, I was going back to school, the distance was gonna kill us. We ended up seeing other people. This whole time, this relationship was open. And so we never wanted to do anything exclusive. I didn't want to date anybody for the next year of my life. And if anybody knows anything about me, I'm madly in love now. So, but anyway, so
that didn't last long.
No, it didn't last long. But so we were fooling around for 3.5, 4 months. But whenever we went out, we would go to clubs and bars and festivals, and we went to San Francisco together and things like that. Whenever we went out, she would only get guys' numbers. She would never flirt with girls in front of me. She would just get guys' numbers. But, I knew she was bi, and I knew that she had slept with guys before, but I also knew that she had, fooled around with girls, and that's all she ever said. And so, anyway, time went on. We ended things because of different things in our lives, and she has the audacity to later on message one of my friends on Tumblr. I ended up confronting her, and what she said, she goes, "It doesn't matter, Karina, we were just friends who were fooling around anyways." Just friends. We were just friends. We would go to the mall together and get our nails done. Oh yeah, by the way, we'd have sex and go get dinner too. And that's it. That's all she chalked it up to be. And it was so sad for me because I fell head over heels for this girl. And then at the end of all of it, she's gonna be by the way, we were just friends.
My story, I actually have two.
Okay.
And I don't think you've heard the first one. You're not surprised.
But did you fall in love with her?
No, I didn't fall in love with her. But okay, so the first girl I met at work, I'm gonna say that. And basically, all my coworkers were oh my god, she thinks you're cute, blah, 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 saying all that stuff. And I was oh my god, don't even hype it up. And I kept saying, don't even. But then she would be hey, she was the front desk girl, so I was oh my god, why is she saying hi to me? But it's duh, she says hi to everyone.
So everybody who walks to the door.
Yeah, so then I was I asked her to go to dinner or something, and it was her birthday, so I took her to dinner, and she was thinking oh, she's paying for me because it's my birthday, and I was thinking oh, it's a date, and then I don't know, we just realized that we're just friends, so that was not that big of a deal. But now my second story, I actually kind of fell for this girl. Was kind of going crazy in my mind, and for we met through mutual friends. We would go to lunch together, we would do things like that, and I would always tell my friend that was also friends with her and be oh my god, is she into girls? Like, I can't tell. And she kind of couldn't tell either. So she was like, I feel like she could be. Like, so my friend was telling me, like, oh, yeah, I think you should just ask her or, like, tell her or, like, just ask her to go on a date. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, like, oh, other people think that she might be gay, too. So I'm like, yeah, she's gay.
Like, it's a vote, right? Like, if 7 people out of 8 are like, she's gay, then we're, like, convinced.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Like,
even though they never said that.
Yeah, we all think it, so she must be.
Yeah, and so, like, certain little things would make me think that she was. Like, just, like, I don't know, like, even, like, little movements, sometimes I'm like, that person's gay. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
So I would just, like, assume. And then, so I actually kept asking, like, oh, like, we should go hang out sometime, blah, blah, and she was like, yeah. So one time I texted her and was like, let's go on a date. And she was like, yeah, like, let's go on a date. And I was like, it's been on my bucket list, like, trying to make a joke out of it, trying to make it fun. And she was like, yeah. So we ended up going out to eat, and we were there for, like, 3 hours, like, just, like, talking, and, like, it was just, like, such a fun date. And, like, I grabbed the bill, and I, like, put my card down, and she was like, no, I'm getting it. And I was like, no, you're not. And she's like, okay, I'm getting the next date. And she said date. So I was like, okay. And I was like, a date? Like, trying to, like, be like, oh, a date?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I'm getting the next date. And I'm like, okay. So we planned to do, like, other things. We were, like, talking about different, like, dates that we could do. And then she dropped me off at home, and later that day I was like, okay, I need to just, like, crack the code.
Which, by the way, before this even happened, I said that Alana should have done it before, so when she gets there, it's not weird. And so Alana was like, let me do it after. I just spent a great 3 hours with this girl. Let's do it after.
So I just couldn't do it before because I did want to go either way, and, like, I didn't want to make it awkward before for her. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to do it after. So, wait, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so, like, she dropped me off. I get to my house and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna say? I have to say something that's not like, hey, I think you're really freaking fine, but I have to say something that's like, okay, like, what are you at?
Like, so if you, like, really embarrass yourself, you can, like, pull yourself out of the hole.
And since she's in the same friend group as me, like, I have to see her later on in my life, so I didn't want to make it really awkward. So I basically just said, like, hey, I think you're really cool and cute, but I just want to see, like, what you mean by date, because I don't know if we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, like, I just see us as friends. And I was, like, a little bit crushed, but I'm okay. And I thought the next day was going to be really awkward because, like I said, we would, like, go to lunch and stuff, and we ended up going to lunch the next day. So I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so awkward, but it actually wasn't, surprisingly. I feel like because I didn't make it awkward, but if I did, it would have been really awkward. But
I feel like it's all about the execution after things unfold.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, oh, like, I think you're really, really cute, like, I really want to, like, see where this goes, like, that leaves no room for friends.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're, like, trying to, like, hype it up, but, like, there's room, like, clearly for a letdown if they don't feel the same way you do.
Yeah.
Because they're
Well, that's why it was just like, are we on the same page, or am I thinking something else? So.
See, me, I was like, oh, we're just friends having sex, like, just,
be straight up from the
beginning.
beginning.
Just be straight up from the beginning, so you're not spending, like, 2 months, 4 months wasted on a straight girl.
A straight girl. Well, that is our story time for today. Hopefully you guys liked it. And if you have gone through anything like this, let me know down below in the comments. Follow my cousin on Instagram. And Twitter, because she's a tweeter.
Oh, I got some...
Tweets the tweet.
I got some tea for y'all.
And we'll see you guys soon, because we're definitely going to still make more videos.
Yeah,
we didn't last week, because last week was crazy.
Woo!
So it's just been like a really crazy week, but now we're like back in the swing of things, so we're definitely gonna make more videos.
I'll make a guest appearance again.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys.
Bye.